What's up, everyone? It's Stuart McAdam here, and Happy New Year to all of you. I hope 2021 is going to be a fantastic year for each and every one of you. Hopefully, a lot better than 2020 was. Now, in today's video, we've got a mighty rumble in the jungle. This is a video you're going to want to watch from start to finish because by the end of it, your brain will be going into overload here. And one way we can send this video into overload first is by smashing that like button and helping the YouTube algorithm serve this video up to as many people as possible. So there's been talk recently for the last couple of weeks about Facebook deciding to take out a full-page newspaper ad, which you can see just below. Now, before I get into that, I'm just going to talk about what we're going to cover today. This is about Apple's recent decision to change their privacy policy, which will affect Facebook advertising. Now, the consequences of that is Facebook's took out a full-page newspaper ad. They didn't just do it in one newspaper. They actually did it in three of the biggest newspapers in the United States. They did it in the New York Times, the Washington Post, and the Wall Street Journal. And recently on the Business Manager, you would have read a message which said something like this: Apple's proposed changes will limit your ability to effectively reach, understand, and engage people on mobile devices and across the web. They will affect your ability to understand performance, control who sees your ads, and make informed decisions about your advertising budgets. As these changes take effect, over time you may see an overall decrease in ad performance and personalization and an increase in cost per action. At the heart of that is Apple is going to be has made some changes to their iOS privacy changes. It essentially allows Apple users more privacy and the ability to place limits on Facebook's ability to collect and gather information about the users of non-Facebook owned platforms, unless you opt in, of course. Cupertino had earlier this year released a software update, iOS 14, and that sort of aims to bar Facebook actually completely from tracking information outside of Facebook owned apps, which is Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, and WhatsApp. So the interesting thing that we found here is that Tim Cook says that users should have the choice behind it. They should have the ability to choose their tracking information, allow people to sort of decide whether or not they want to have their information tracked. Now, of course, if you're seeing a message like this coming up on your computer, obviously a natural inclination is likely to say, well, no, probably not. I don't want people tracking my information, having a look at that. Facebook is responding by saying that they're standing up for small businesses, especially the ones who rely on Facebook ads for custom targeting. The App Store now requires, self-declared privacy and nutrition labels, like this one that you see now on the screen. It also says it's protecting users from Facebook, not following them around on non-Facebook platforms like Instagram, WhatsApp, and Threadsy, and all these other channels. In a recent article by CNET, says Apple has pushed to lead the pack of tech giants on data privacy as people have become increasingly concerned about how much information companies like Facebook and Google are collecting on them. Facebook's come out hitting very hard, saying this is going to be dramatically increase the cost of using the internet. And I've just got an example here of an advert right here of sort of more broad-based advertising, which could very realistically be the path which a lot of people have to go down in trying to target their, audience. And using a general example of Coca-Cola here, as you can see, it's quite a broad-based one, targeting everyone in the country of Kenya. So rather than being something more specific like, the person that's playing the guitar in the middle, targeting the person who has got that with a specific guitar make and model, it's sort of just, hey, let's go and have a Coke. Now, both companies are effectively at war with each other right now because these changes are built into business models with which they operate. Apple's operating at a level where premium products are sold and used in the App Store, and it's pretty impressive. Facebook business model relies heavily on advertising, so they don't have to charge people to use their platform. While it's very entertaining to watch this pan out, the commentary that's coming from different platforms is quite interesting. TechCrunch said a couple of weeks ago in their This Week's an App column that Facebook is being presented as a collection of as much information as possible company with a disregard to user privacy. And while it's true that Facebook networks spans apps and websites, Apple is doing everything that it's accusing Facebook of right now. Developing their own ecosystem of, hundreds of million people who use iPhones and Apple products at the moment. There's a very good chance that Apple is tracking their movement and information and all the TV, books, and apps they're downloading and targeting them with that kind of information and using that information to develop new products which they can target people with. So with that said, a recent change came in the other day from Facebook on the ads. I saw this come up in a client account of mine, which is sort of how the Apple changes are going to be affecting you. And essentially what it means, having a look at the platform itself, it's telling you effectively to plan to operate with 8 conversion events per domain. So basically that could be something like abandoned cart, could be add to cart, it could be downloading a content offer. So it's really just limiting your ability to create as many conversion events as possible. The next thing it's good to do as well with these changes is that the initial configuration and how to change it's going to adjust as well. And it also recommends that you completely verify your domain. Now, on a grander scale, what does this mean for your business and what are my thoughts? Well, I think a compromise will be made soon. It's rather futile of Apple and Facebook to be at loggerheads with each other over something like this. Right now, both of them will operate, before this change, they were operating on a win-win situation. Apple was producing great products, Facebook was making a platform available for free for billions of people to use. And with 2.2 billion users, it, may take a knock from businesses. Small business owners that are targeting people with the Apple platform might actually decide to stop targeting Apple computers altogether. On the other hand as well, this may mean that users may love using Apple products a lot more, which could be a very good thing for Apple in that they'll get more people opting into using their products, using their phones. And that could be a really good thing, which may either cause the other companies to try and catch up, or maybe it will have the opposite effect. And my general opinion is these changes are unlikely to be too groundbreaking. I think as time goes on, there's going to be adjustments and changes within Facebook's advertising platform, and new technology is going to emerge which will allow you to circumvent your way around a lot of these privacy changes, and more information will become available to help teach you how to minimize and mitigate a lot of the impact which these iOS changes are made. And what we have to remember as well is when the next iOS round of changes comes out as well, it may have a different effect altogether, and we're just going to have to adjust with the changes that come each and every time Facebook, Apple, and all these other big tech giants put out every time. There's always changes, and you just need to make sure that you're adapting to those changes so you can continue to get great results for your business, for your clients, for whoever it is you're doing advertising for. So I'm going to leave it there today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic start to your 2021. If you have any questions or any comments or any thoughts, please leave them in the comments section below. Always great to get your feedback, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.